Here is a brutal truth nobody ever told you. When you explain yourself, you look weak, even when you are right, even when you are innocent. Watch any argument. The person who keeps explaining, justifying, defending, that is the person who looks guilty. And the person who stays calm and says nothing, that is the person who looks strong. Today you will learn why, and you will learn 3 moves to never fall into this trap again. Picture it. Someone attacks you. A coworker makes a small joke about you in a meeting. Your girlfriend says, "You never listen." A stranger writes, "This guy is full of it." And instantly you feel it. Heat in the chest, heart beating faster. Your brain screams, "Fix it, explain, show them the truth." So you explain, you send the long message, you bring up old examples, and in that exact second you lose. Why do you do it? Because your body thinks you are 5 years old. Think back. When you were a kid and a teacher accused you, what was the only way out? Explaining. "It was not me, he started it." You know the next part from your own life. You write the long message at 1 a.m., you delete half of it. You write it again. You gather screenshots, receipts, old examples. You reread everything 4 times before sending. And the more proof you bring, the more guilty you sound. That is the trap, and you fall into it every single time. You learned early. The big people are the judges, and your job is to convince them. But you are not a kid anymore. There is no judge, and yet your body still reacts like there is one. Here is the key to everything. The courtroom is empty. When someone attacks you, there is no judge, no jury. Just a person with their own problems, throwing words to see what sticks. But the second you answer seriously, you build the courtroom yourself. You put them on the judge seat, and you sit in the accused chair. All with your own mouth. That is why explaining never works. People do not judge you on your story. They judge you on how desperate you sound. Machiavelli saw this 500 years ago. He watched powerful men fall, and he wrote down the rule: it does not matter if you are right. What matters is who controls the frame. So today, I give you 3 moves. Move 1, the silence that scares them. Move 2, the question that flips the courtroom. Move 3, the agreement that disarms. But be warned. To use them, you must kill one thing in yourself, the child who begs to be understood. If you can do that, you become dangerous. Let's begin. Move 1. The silence that scares them. Someone says, "You are really selfish." The old you answers fast, "No, I did this and this for you." Defensive, weak. The new you does the opposite. You look at them, you say nothing. You hold eye contact for 3, 4, 5 seconds. Do you know what those seconds do? They create a vacuum. The human brain hates silence in a conflict. It panics. They expected a fight. You give them a mirror. Most of the time they crack. They start talking again. "I mean, not always selfish. Why do you look at me like that?" Now they are defending themselves against your silence. The power has flipped. Try it on something small first. A stupid comment at dinner. A jab from your uncle. Hold the silence. Count in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch them fill the void. You will feel the old urge to answer, burning. Let it burn. Then go bigger. Always after the silence, never instead of it. This is old, very old. 15 centuries ago, a general named Sima Yi received a gift from his enemy. Women's clothing, delivered in front of his own officers. The message was clear: "You are a coward." His officers were furious. He smiled. He asked about his enemy's health, and he refused to fight. That smile scared his enemy more than any attack, because a man you cannot provoke is a man you cannot control. Your silence is that smile. Move 2, the question that flips the courtroom. In every conversation, the person who asks the questions is in charge. The person who answers is losing. So when they ask, "Why are you always late?" never answer. You flip it. "Why does my schedule bother you so much?" Boom. Now we are not talking about your lateness. We are talking about their obsession. You are not the accused anymore. You are the judge. Manipulators hate this. They came to eat your reaction. Instead, you study them like a bug in a jar. Interesting that you see it that way. Does it make you feel better? These phrases are shields. They hear the sound of your voice, but they accept none of your words. They say, "You're being ridiculous." You answer, "Why is ridiculous the word your brain reached for?" One sentence. Now you are the scientist, and they are the specimen. You never raise your voice. You stay calm. Move 3. The agreement that disarms. When the attack is ridiculous, defending yourself makes it serious. So you do the opposite. You agree, and you make it bigger until it becomes a joke. You are obsessed with money. Weak answer, "No, I am just responsible." Strong answer, "Guilty. I read my bank statement like other men read poetry." Flat face, small smile. What just happened? You refused to be insulted. You turned their knife into a toy. Psychologists call this fogging. Throw a stone into fog. No sound, no wall. Nothing. The attacker wanted a fight. You gave him weather. But here is the nuance, and this is everything. You agree with the fact. You never agree with the shame. This report is bad. You are incompetent. Strong answer, you are right about the report. 2 numbers were wrong. They are fixed. You own the mistake. You ignore the insult. Only a man who is sure of himself can admit a mistake this calmly. Insecure men fight to the death over the word incompetent. Strong men say, "My bad," and move on. Now the warning. None of this works as a trick. If your voice shakes, if your eyes run around, if your energy screams, "Please like me," it all collapses. Because the attack only hurts where a wound already lives. Now the paradox. The less you defend yourself, the more right you look. The less you prove, the more people believe you. Because deep down, everyone knows this. A man who is sure of himself does not beg to be believed. He does not need to win the argument. He already owns the ground under it. Think about the strongest person you know. Does he explain himself? Tell a man his skin is green. He will laugh. Tell him he is a failure, and he explodes in defense, and the explosion shows that part of him agrees. So the real armor is not words. It is knowing yourself. Look at your own darkness. Own your flaws before someone uses them. When you know you can be selfish, and someone calls you selfish, you shrug. Sometimes, yes. You cannot shame a man who already accepts himself. You cannot expose a person who has nothing to hide. He is not a fortress anymore. He is a mountain. The storm screams. The storm gets tired. The mountain stays. So here is your test. 7 days. The no defense game. For 7 days, you are not allowed to explain yourself. It will feel like burning. Good. That feeling is the child leaving your body. Watch the people around you during these 7 days. They will push. They will bait you. They love a reaction, and you are on a reaction diet. Starve them. No defense, no debate, no last word. 7 days, that is the price. You are late. Say, "I am late." No reason. You spill coffee. Say, "I spilled coffee." No excuse. Someone misunderstands you. Let them misunderstand you. Sit in that fire, feel the urge to fix it, and let it burn. Then watch what happens. They will look confused first, then curious. Then they will lean in, because nothing pulls people in like a man who no longer asks to be understood. Keep your silence, keep your power. The dogs will bark. The road does not answer. If this speaks to the part of you that is tired of performing, subscribe. Not because I asked. Because you are done being the accused in empty courtrooms. Chin up, eyes forward, mouth shut.